Welcome back, everybody. Lindsay Blackburn and Julia Lane Willis are here from Island Realty this morning to talk about how to find qualified tenants for your rental or your vacation property. Ladies, good morning and welcome back to the show.
Good morning.
Hey.
Great to have you here. Let's talk about this a little bit. So once someone has already decided to rent, of course, a property, how do they go about finding a qualified tenant? Because I'm sure, you know, people are pretty particular about their homes and who they rent to.
Yes. First of all, we try to broadcast to a wide market using the internet and try to match up some of our advertising channels to people who are looking for a similar type home or condo to rent.
Sounds like a pretty good thing right there. What advertising avenues do you guys suggest that you go through?
Well, Craigslist, Zillow, Trulia are all really good online sites, although there are many, many more. If you're using a professional property manager, they will also use the MLS and their own company website. The MLS is the multiple listing service, and it is operated by the Charleston Trident Association of Realtors and is only accessible to licensed realtors.
I see. Now, if you're a property management company like Island Realty, of course, can your own website be just as effective an advertising tool for your listings?
Yes, we have our own website, which is islandrealty.com, and Annual Rentals, they have their own landing page and all the information about finding a home there. And those were all the individual listings. They kind of live there, and then we broadcast them out to the other channels that Lindsay was speaking about, Zillow, Trulia. Those are rental conglomerate sites, and they basically take up the first page of Google, which primarily, I don't know if anyone knows this, but Google owns the first page of Google. So if you're not paying Google some money, you're not going to show up.
Yeah, how about that?
We actually use SEO and SEM and building keywords in the back of our website so that folks searching for homes will be able to find it. And what are some of those keywords, Lindsay?
The keywords could be rental homes in Charleston, condos for rent in Mount Pleasant, rental homes in the Charleston area, things like that. Words that people will be putting into Google to do the searches.
So you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper. Let's say you get somebody on the hook. When you get one of those inquiries, what do you do next?
Well, first you will want to ask them a few basic questions to make sure that it's going to be a good fit. For instance, ask them if they have pets, if they want a first floor condo or a second floor condo, or a one-story home or a two-story home. And once you've determined that the basics would be a good fit, then you would schedule a showing, at which time you or your property manager would have an application available to those that were interested in renting.
Let's talk about renters. Who do you think makes a good tenant?
Well, there's no absolute guarantee, but there are a few indicators that you should definitely be looking at. Income to rent ratio, which should be roughly 3 to 1. Eviction records, employment history, rental references are all great. If you're using a professional property manager, they should also do a thorough credit and background check.
Because a renter, you know, if you're just listing that and you put your house up for rent, you might not be able to have all those resources to get all that great information.
Correct. In order to be able to run credit and background checks, you do have to go through a very extensive qualifying process with the credit agency.
So you guys recommend using a property manager?
Well, yes, we would. Yes.
Okay. What if you know, you're in that interview and you just get a bad feeling from that person? You just don't like that applicant.
Oh gosh, well that's where the 7 protected classes of the Fair Housing Authority comes in. So you have to be very careful to follow those, or you can end up with steep fines.
You do not. The 7 protected classes are color, race, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and handicap. So you really need to be careful about following specific factors on their application, and for it not to appear as if you might be discriminating because of one of those factors. The first offense can be a fine of $16,000.
There you go. Of course, 2 other ones, pets and smoking. So if you don't want that, make sure that you notice those habits as well. Of course, Island Realty, they're your home specialty, rental company. So if you want more information, just please log on to that website or hit that number on your screen right now. Ladies, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We do appreciate it. Some great tips right there. And now we're going to send things over to a break. Stay with us.